Hi, I'm Connor Stoffergen, Precision Farming Specialist with the Red Power Team. Today we're sitting in an AFS Connect Magnum. We're going to be going over how to program the buttons on both the handle and on the armrest through the Pro 1200 display. Once our Pro 1200 display has been booted up, we'll automatically come to our run screens just like on every key cycle. To configure the buttons that are on the multifunction handle or on the armrest, we're going to tap our menu card on the top bar. We're going to select the tractor. On the right hand side, we're going to tap the tab that says Configurable Controls. We can configure the levers, the multifunction handle, or the buttons. We'll be going over changing your remote levers in another video, as well as the multifunction handle, which is going to be the remote on the bottom left-hand corner of the multifunction handle. For this video, we're going to be going over the configurable buttons, so we'll select that. In an AFS Connect Magnum, we have 8 configurable buttons. In an AFS Connect Steiger, we have 9. To program configurable button number 1, we'll tap the settings icon to the right of the number 1 icon. Once we tap settings, now we get all of the options that we can set the configurable button for. We have options in display, such as cameras, engine RPM, headland management systems, diff lock. A lot of these buttons are redundant with buttons that are on the armrest. Another section we have is remotes. We can set extend timers, auxiliary valves, as well as motor mode enable. Motor mode enable is going to be helpful for customers with a hydraulic motor on whatever implement they're pulling. Instead of having to come back into the Pro 1200 display to turn on motor mode for whatever remote, they can set that to a configurable button to turn that remote into motor mode. We also have engine minimum RPM settings that we can set on a configurable button, as well as front suspension if we have a suspended front axle. We can also set it for different guidance options, such as nudge. We also have hitch settings that we can manage with a configurable button. We can also change and manage our headland control system. This would be setting a sequence for lifting and lowering an implement when you're turning around on your headlands. We can set a configurable button for HVAC controls, such as temperature increase or fan increase. We can set the configurable control to also run lights, your memory 1 and 2. We can set a configurable button for different media options, volume up, volume down, next track. We can also set a configurable button to run our diff locks. We can set it to run a phone call, answer or end. We can set a configurable button for different precision farming operations, as well as rate and section control modes, and our APM settings for the tractor. For this video, we're going to simply configure this to run our camera 3 input, which on a Connect Magnum is to run the front camera. So let's say we're pulling into the shed, we're done with the tractor for the year, we want to get it stored away nice and tight. We can set a configurable button, number 1, to run our front camera. Once we select camera 3, we can hit confirm. We can go back to our run screens. Let's say that the customer is pulling his tractor into the shed for the year. He can now hit configurable button number 1 on his armrest, and on the screen, camera 3 is set to his front camera. So now he has that bird's eye view right from there, instead of having to go to his run screen, find his camera inputs, and select camera 3 for front. Once we're done using that camera, we can simply X out of it, and it goes away. At any time, we can select that configurable button number 1, and the camera number 3 will reappear. That's how we set a configurable button on the armrest or on the handle in an AFS Connect Magnum or Steiger. For more helpful videos, go to the Red Power Team YouTube page. Thank you.